All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All right, welcome back in hour number 2 of OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Jake Flynn, Alondra Tate, all here with you on this Tuesday morning. Coming up in the next segment, so go ahead and start to form those questions. We'll do an OTB mailbag here in this segment.
Make it sports-ish, too.
Why?
Because I'm enjoying going into depths about some football stuff.
Can you turn down your tour coverage, please?
Oh, turn it out.
Yes.
Well, I like to hear these.
Dude, we heard
someone
an
with a French accent
intro earlier. Is that what that was?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
It was like an
Can I tell you,
organ playing. It was like deep music.
Like, y'all making fun of it. These dudes are like
No, I'm
bona
into it
fide
now.
superstars in their home countries.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, just think
they
about
can't
Lance
even go
Armstrong.
get coffee without getting recognized. Like,
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
big.
like, seriously, like, think about Lance Armstrong. We're not even like, America as a country is not even fully invested in the Tour de France as, like, viewership-wise.
Right.
And he was huge. Like, everybody knew who Lance Armstrong was. So, yeah, I can only imagine that the
Shout
French...
out Livestrong bracelets.
Shout. Yeah.
Dude, if you had a Livestrong bracelet back in the day,
Well, if you didn't.
you were a loser.
Yeah. Later, dude.
You were a loser.
Nerds.
Oh, man. I remember having the old Nike account, and they had Livestrong on there. Whoa,
Yeah.
man. Shirt, shorts.
Every like sports or especially like local sports shop in your hometown, they had that like the glass vase near the cash register
Oh,
just
yeah.
stuffed with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just pop one out.
Yeah.
That'd be 50 cents.
Y'all remember
Plus tax.
More than that.
Save the, or what is it, like the boobies
Say the
bracelet?
horse ride a cowboy?
Yeah.
Save the bell.
No, the breast
no, yeah,
cancer
no,
bracelets.
they're a little bit thicker,
and then
right?
they said
Yeah.
boobies on them.
I do not.
I don't
Those
remember.
were a
friend of
thing
mine
back in the
got in
day.
trouble at school for wearing
Yeah,
one.
they were
Really?
like a thing.
It was
If
like
you
his was
had
like bright blue. It said boobies in white. Yeah.
I'll be.
hold on, because it was a trend back in the day to have. Yeah, it says "I heart boobies" on it.
What color was it?
They had
Any
different
color.
colors.
Oh.
Yeah, like they had different colors of it, and it was like a breast cancer thing. Every time you bought one,
I
They
did
had
used to
a-
like when I was in grade school. One of my favorite things to do is to get my calculator out and put 58008, turn it upside down, show it to my
yeah,
friends.
yeah.
That was last week.
Yeah, still do that. It's awesome.
I'm gonna have to check those out. I don't remember that. I think
There
we
you go.
might be.
Y'all
Okay.
remember those?
It's bringing up something.
Scratching an itch.
Yeah.
The blue one. The blue
It's
one was the
giving
one my
Warped
buddy had.
Tour. Like, that's what it's giving.
Yeah,
Warped Tour.
okay. Yeah.
It's giving Spencer's.
Yeah. Yes.
Hot Topic.
Yes.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely. Okay.
All
I
right.
remember now.
Flynn, you ever seen Ted?
Has Flynn
Yeah.
seen Ted? What do you think?
Remember Ted when he goes to the rich guy's house and he's got that glass case? He goes, "Hey, what's that round thing?" And he's like, "Oh, it's one of Lance Armstrong's balls. I bought it." It's like frozen in a case.
How much do you think that would go for?
He said he paid a
Somebody
lot.
out there
Good
for
question.
everything.
Yeah.
Pretty good cameo in Dodgeball too.
Yeah. At
He's
the
like,
Liffey
yeah, he's
Court
like, yeah, I
Airport.
came back from testicular cancer 2 times, cancer, and won the Tour de France 7
Oh,
times.
my log
But I'm
is
sure
doing
your
something
reason
weird.
for quitting's pretty good.
I'm sure you had a good reason to quit. And he walks away. See you later, Peter. I hope this decision doesn't haunt you forever.
Alondra, I don't like that face you're making.
So, I don't know. The log just did something weird. It literally just reset itself. You're supposed to have a live here, but now it's not in the log, so I'm trying to fix.
Okay.
I'm trying to text.
Yeah. Hey, we're
Sorry.
good. We got minutes, multiple minutes.
We don't need a lot. We got this
before
piece
we
of
get
paper
there.
right here.
Well, I think what she's saying is it will actually fire 2 commercials,
Yeah, straight to
even though we
commercial.
have that piece of paper that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So while we're talking about that, let me tell you about Russell Pool Company. Go to russellpools.com. That number 225-924-2527. You can check out them online, russellpools.com. Let's build your dream pool, and they're going to get that done over at Russell Pool. List of services, construction, maintenance, retail, one-stop shop to do it all.
Absolutely turnkey over there at Russell Pools. When you think of high quality luxury pools, it's Russell Pools. And they not only do they have a landscape architect, but they got 2. So they can literally take your design.
Does anybody even have one?
Nah, dude.
And they got 2?
They got 2.
You know it's better than 1?
2.
2.
2. RussellPools.com. Russell Pools, we are proud to be partnered up.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, if the Tigers trust them to get back onto the field, you should as well. One more time, RussellPools.com. Something we haven't really even done yet with LSU, and we're heading to media days, is play the schedule game.
Ooh.
It's always one that I'm just looking for, okay, what's the bear? When I say bear, what is going to be the grind? What is going to be the part in your schedule, the 3-game stretch that we often talk about that's going to be difficult for you? And some of the candidates for that are going to be, at the top. It's at Clemson, Louisiana Tech, Florida. And then you go down, and it's at Ole Miss, bye week, South Carolina, at Vandy, A&M. And then you get another bye week, and it's at Bama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky, and at Oklahoma. For me, I think it's going to be at Ole Miss, South Carolina, at Vanderbilt. If I'm going just 3 games, because I really want to go South Carolina at Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, but I do think having A&M and South Carolina at home maybe changes the math for me a little bit there. Going to Ole Miss, obviously the last time you went there, it was like the ultimate shootout. You beat them in overtime a year ago. I think that's going to be a heavyweight fight. Feels like it's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. So if you made me pick a 3-game stretch, I think I would go at Ole Miss, South Carolina, at Vanderbilt, although there's a couple of different candidates here in the schedule.
Yeah, I'm looking at this too, and I'm trying to weigh my thought process on how much the bye week is either going to help you or hurt you. Bye week is supposed to help you from a health standpoint, but it doesn't always help you from a mental standpoint, I guess, should I say. Like we went through a long stretch of not being very good after a bye week because we were always playing Alabama after a bye week. So like it can go both ways. It kind of depends on how mature your team is. Like I always liked especially if we came off a bad game or a loss, like I always wanted to get right to the next game. Yeah. Like I hated that if there was an off week or something like that after a loss. So I'm trying to decide like what is going to be this team's makeup. I got to feel like it can only help with the team that we have, the leadership that we have. So I don't want to agree with you, but I kind of do, just because you're throwing in that 3-game stretch, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, you're throwing in 2 away games. Yeah. And
just, I know Vanderbilt's such a wild card. I know you're the better team, but we saw Alabama go there and struggle. We saw Texas go in there and struggle. Now Texas won the game, but remember how close that game was. And there's enough chaotic energy around Diego Pavia and that team where if it's going to be the 3rd game in that 3-game stretch on the road, it could be tricky. And
I don't think we're sitting here saying that either one of these games is going to be the hardest game on our schedule. By any means, we're not saying that. We're just talking about a 3-game window, 3-game stretch that we feel is going to be tough, even though there is a bye week there in between Ole Miss and South Carolina. I'm still going to go that Ole Miss, South Carolina, Vanderbilt stretch, because at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, we don't know what the quarterback situation, like we don't know how good or bad or great it's going to be. But I got a feeling it's going to be pretty good.
Right.
So you go there, tough place to play. Don't know what time that game is going to be. So
which one?
Ole Miss.
The one Ole Miss. It's going to be either a 3:30 or a prime time.
Yeah. So it's either
way,
be mid or
it's going to be.
Yeah. So it's going to be.
It's not going to be
that
a
Grove's
nooner.
going to be popping.
It's not going to be a big tenor.
Then the other reason I say that is because you'll have 2 games in a row, which actually might work out, help a little bit. But you got 2 games in a row with really. With quarterbacks that can beat you 2 different ways. Now, of course, Sellers a lot more in the passing game than Pavia, but 2 guys that make it difficult on a defensive coordinator to game plan for and play call for. So you have to have really good linebacker and safety playing both those games to contain those quarterbacks. So I think those 3-game stretch will be tough just because we got two away games mixed in there. We know Ole Miss is going to probably be pretty good on offense. And then you got 2 games with quarterbacks that can play a little off schedule and make it very challenging for you.
Yeah, you look at maybe some other stretches that would certainly be candidates there if you just wanted to continue to go down the schedule. If you wanted to start at Vanderbilt and then Texas A&M at home, bye week at Alabama, you could find your way there as well. But you get off to that start that we're talking about, and if you go on the road and you beat an Ole Miss, if you finally just maybe win an opener, and we're talking about a different dynamic. We're talking about kind of a different feel as you head into an October stretch. And so there's a couple of spots on this schedule. I think look, you got to go to Bama. That is what it is. You got to go to Ole Miss. You go to Oklahoma. You to Clemson. But there's some stretches where I think you can take advantage of having some of these teams at home. Like beating Clemson, as we all know, like what that can do for your program after losing your last 5 openers. Then you get a chance to come back home and play Louisiana Tech. Then you get Florida at home. So then Southeastern. So like the Florida game being that early, that's different. Like how can you handle that? I like the fact that that's in Tiger Stadium and not in the Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
But winning that first game.
I hate the fact that it's so early.
I don't like it either. It's an October game. I don't know why it's so early in September. But winning the first game.
I feel like that should be a Vandy game. Feels very Vandy-ish.
Or Arkansas.
Well, I've always, I guess because when we always played them last. Let me ask you this about the schedule. Looking at it, 12-team playoff, win all your games at home. If we do that, and if we win 3 of 5 away games, are we in?
Yeah. Oh, you're in.
Yeah.
You win 10 games. You win 10 games in the SEC. You're in. I mean, we saw 9-3 teams almost get in a year ago, and it was some real fight. And you had some teams that did what they had to do to keep a 9-win SEC team out of it.
2 and 3 on the road.
I don't want to go 2 and 3 on the road, but I see what you're saying. I get what your point is going to be.
We're playing the what-if game here.
That's why these openers are so important, though, is because when you lose that and you get behind the 8 ball, and then for the rest of the year, you're fighting for your life. And then the rest of the year, you just truly feel like you have to play perfect. And football is not a game that you can thrive in when you're trying to be perfect, in my opinion. When you try not to mess up, that's where you get into trouble in the game of football.
It messes up a lot of people because you try to be perfect. And football is a chaotic game. It's we would say, our coaches would say, it's controlled chaos.
Yep.
And we used to say that, like, in 2-minute situations, it's even more controlled chaos. It's so you have to play loose, and especially, I always look at it from a thrower's perspective. Like when things were going bad, why things sometimes spiral, and when you miss a couple passes, you throw a couple interceptions, you start pressing. You press. So you try to be perfect. So you try to guide a ball. Like I see him, I can't. Don't miss. That's why I always say, like, wide open receivers are the hardest passes to complete in the history. Yeah. We'd be at practice. That was the one day, like, that you always make fun of us. Jamarcus, you're out. Flynn, you're in. Flynn, you're out. Jamarcus, back in. And they just kept doing it because we were throwing like bubble screens.
Yeah.
Bubble screens. And a guy's running away from you. There's no defender there.
Yeah.
But it was such a hard throw because, first of all, Jimbo's putting pressure on you.
Right.
And so you're like, every time you're not thinking about, all right, just complete it. You're thinking about don't miss. And that's the hardest thing to do. So when you lose a game like that early, your team can slip into that mindset of, all right, we can't lose. And they try to be perfect. When football is not a perfect game. You have to understand your game plan. You have to be able to digest what your coach wants you to do, what you're trying to do. You have to have that. You have to know it so well inside and in your heart and in your mind that when the lights come on and the whistle blows, you just react.
Yeah.
Just react. And that's what you call getting in the zone. It's just when you're going out there, you know everything so well, and you can just react.
Bilbo brings up this point. Florida opens the season with 2 home games versus Long Island University and South Florida.
They'll be 1-1 coming in.
Do you think that is a positive or a negative? Because LSU is going to have played at Clemson and Louisiana Tech.
I think it's 100% positive from LSU standpoint. I mean, we're beating a dead horse at this point, like saying we do not like the small games. We do not like the small games.
Yeah.
But we will be prepared. Like playing a team like that does prepare you.
Yeah.
Because it takes things that you might not, it takes weaknesses in your team. And when you play someone early, it brings them out and it makes them glaring.
Yeah.
Like these weaknesses that you thought could be there, you learn it real fast, which you got to fix. And so you don't get that when you play Long Island.
I didn't know Long Island had a football team. They're the Sharks, by the way.
So let's say we have, our team is not, has some weaknesses at disguising our coverage pre-snap. And we're not good at it. Or our left side of our offensive line has trouble with a certain pass protection or run protection. Like those things, or there's a guy at defensive tackle. We are not 100% sure. He's looked pretty good. He's big, he's strong, and he's won some good battles in practice. But like those things they present themselves really fast when you're put under pressure. Whether it's like what they say, like a cracked hole is, it's once it's put under pressure, it shows itself.
Right.
There's a better way to say that saying. But you get it. Yeah. Alondra, that was cringy, right? Look that one up.
I didn't love that.
Yeah. Alondra, nice job. Taylor, nice job putting out the fire.
Just like
Y'all were
a little
panic mode,
behind
for sure.
this. I didn't think I was panicking, but
No, you weren't painting, but the face was like, what?
yeah.
Taylor was like doing this stuff.
Taylor was. I'm like, I don't know what that means, Tay-Tay. I'm just going to keep talking about Russell Pools.
Just real quick before we try to go to a break, it's not going to fire off the stab, and there's no live. So maybe if you want to do a Trash Rangers floater at some point instead of the live here, that would work. So it's just going to go straight into the
So you're saying it's going straight into the spots and not the actual like.
The stab's gone.
Okay, let me do this. Let me just go ahead and tell the people how great Trash Rangers is.
Yeah.
TrashRangers.com. You don't know what
I want to tell them what
is?
stab is real fast. Like when we go to break and it's like off the bench.
Yeah.
That's the stab.
Oh,
But
we can say that.
No, but it sends it sends a signal to our affiliates.
And then there's a wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a built-in minute for
Like we'll
the
have
live.
to tell our affiliates that this happened.
Yeah.
Because it's going to mess up their
Email was
stuff.
already sent.
Certainly like Shreveport, who we play in the future.
Yeah.
Like that kind of gets messed up.
Yep. Off the bench.
Anyways.
Stabbed it.
Go to trashrangers.com. Stabbed it. Jesus.
Stabbed it.
225-612-2477 is the number. Contact them today. Tell them, what you've got going on. If you want to sign up for residential or commercial service, or if you're trying to get a roll-off dumpster, 3 different sizes to choose from, right? So, hey, here's what I've got. Here's what we're doing on our project. What do you think? And they're going to say, okay, well, this is the amount of trash that we think you're going to have. And so here's the size dumpster that you need. And they're going to deliver that, and then they pick it up the same day that you call them. It is incredible customer service. It simplifies your trash disposal. No hidden fees, reliable weekly service, and don't forget, because they're not going to let you forget, those weekly text reminders to put out your trash as well. Again, go to the website, trashrangers.com. And when we come back here on OTB, little OTB Mailbag, get those questions inside the Bayou 4 chat. More on 104.5.
Off the bench.
Yes, in Baton Rouge.
Come on.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
Hey. Little deep cut here, somewhat. I mean, I know it was a popular song, but well done, Alondra.
I heard it in some store the other day, and I was like, hold on. This song was a banger. So I'm glad we're doing JT Day because it gives me an excuse to play it.
Quick update here.
Oh, great.
On Tour de France.
Tour de France. We got 95.3 kilometers left.
Why don't you
of
say
stage
it
4.
right?
Le Tour.
De France.
Le France.
Le Tour de France.
That's better.
59.2 miles left. In stage 4, we got 4 breakaway riders right now leading the pack. The Peloton is a minute 53 behind. I'm going to assume.
Hold on, like a Peloton
I didn't think those things
instructor is on the bike?
Yeah, the tour, you didn't know it was virtual? The Tour de
No,
France?
like, is it a Peloton instructor
That's
he's
where
on
they
the
got
bike.
the name.
Okay.
The Peloton.
Oh, okay.
The Peloton is a large group of riders that usually is always going to include the yellow jersey. So it's the big like nucleus of riders that rides together. Then there's people that lag behind. There's maybe like a group or two in front, like breakaways,
Yeah.
things like that. So almost every stage, there's a breakaway group. There's riders that break ahead, like right at the beginning or like halfway through, and they'll form their own little group to see if they can hold off the Peloton and get one of those guys in that breakaway can get a stage victory. Because like I said, people go for stage victories that aren't there to win the Tour de France. So if you like win a stage victory and you're not like a GC contender, it's like it's like winning the Super Bowl for you. Like it's like it makes your career. Like if you can say you're a stage winner in the Tour de France.
Even if you don't win the whole thing.
But they
Right.
usually do not.
That's what I don't get. Like, so you would rather win a stage than the actual tour?
So there's 4 jerseys you can win in the Tour de France.
Yeah.
Of course, the yellow means you won the tour. You're like the big dog. You're the best rider in the world, especially on that kind of tour.
Yeah.
There's a polka dot jersey, which is like called the King of the
Polka dot?
Mountain. King of the
That's
Mountains.
fun.
So like there's mountains during the race. So it's 120, 130 mile race.
Yeah.
There might be a mountain in the middle of it. And at the top of the mountain, there's like points for King of the Mountain. And so the polka dot jersey, a lot of times the polka dot jersey will also be the yellow jersey guy.
Yeah.
It'll be the same person.
guy.
There's a green jersey who's a sprinter, who the person that's leading in the sprint points
Okay.
throughout the whole tour gets it. So, but every single day there's somebody wearing a yellow jersey, a polka dot jersey, a green jersey, and then the last one's a white jersey, which
Yeah.
is the best young rider on
Yeah.
the tour. So
To me, it feels like when you're saying that people are wanting to win the stages, that's like winning the Super Bowl. That's
Yeah.
like they're
Well, there's-
cthere's a playoff win rather than the actual.
yeah, well, there's
Super
a
Bowl.
lot of
Hey, I'd kill for a playoff
there's
one.
a lot of teams in the tour.
But I'd kill even more for
Be
a
a
Super
Cowboys
Bowl.
fan? Yeah, you probably
I would. I would kill for a
yeah.
playoff one.
I mean,
Yeah.
Saints fan in the same boat.
Well,
The Cowboys haven't won one
Fair.
since when?
hot minute.
Since
I don't even know.
90s?
I think it was the 90s. Because wasn't there that stat like Jaden Daniels won one before the
Got to so
Got to the NFC
since
Championship game.
Washington
Yeah.
got to the NFC Championship game, Cowboys are the only team. Like they have the longest NFC drought of getting to the conference championship game.
So Tay would take that
True.
playoff
I would
victory.
take it.
Even the Bears.
they were
made
supposed to
one.
do OTB mailbag here.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. But then
Sorry, I got distracted.
then
Tour de
you know
Hey,
who
if y'all-
started talking about the tour.
Don't worry, listeners. We can
De
talk more
France.
about it throughout the day.
All right, let's get to your questions. A little OTB mailbag.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Have you ever actually been scared to look for monsters in your kid's closet or under your bed? What would you do if there was an actual monster?
Oh, I'd start blasting.
I don't think I've ever, my
immediately.
kids, I don't think they've ever been like, I've got a monster under my bed or
Yeah.
a monster. Maybe Monsters Inc. like helped out with that.
No, but I will say that I was in here. So I texted y'all Sunday morning. I was in here doing my shift, and I was in my office,
Oh, he did. That's
and the
right.
elevator came downstairs. My office is by the elevator. I'm there all the time. It has never done that by itself. Right? I'm the only person in this building. The elevator goes ding, and it comes downstairs. It opens. I was scared to look in the elevator because I knew it was going to be empty. And so, like, I was like, man, it's going to be empty and I'm going to be freaked out because obviously that means there's a ghost here. But then, like,
Sure.
I was like doing the show, and every time I heard like any little movement, I was like, he's with me. Like, I don't know who's with me, but somebody is with me
They're
right
here.
now.
Here.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
They're
here.
definitely
Yeah,
here.
there's been a lot of activity lately.
Wait, really?
2 weeks
paranormal
ago,
activity?
I had to come up here on a Saturday because I was hosting AFR.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time to do my Tiger shift. And you know, on the other side, like they
Yeah.
got the multiple doors. I'm recording, like the door in the studio I'm using's closed, and I just hear a door close. And like it's not a slam. It's just a casual close. I'm like, oh, like Brittany, bro, Jimmy, like somebody's here recording. I walk out,
No one's there.
all the doors are open.
Ooh.
I'm like, all right.
You know, one of
well,
them.
what are we doing here?
One of the ghosts is freaky. Like if you're using the
Yeah, freaky.
bathroom,
What are you
he'll
talking
try
about?
to touch you. A
Like-
male.
Man.
That's happened to multiple guys here.
Like Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had ghost hunters come here, and he was like, "One of y'all's ghosts is inappropriate."
Yeah, not
Really?
that I
wants
know where it
names?
is, but it's third floor, other side, second stall. You wanna give it a check?
For a good time call.
Not that you know anything about that,
No,
but
no, no, no.
I've
apparently
heard that's where it is.
So
I've
I
heard
guess-
that if you go just after lunch.
I don't want to
he's
take
most
too long
active.
on this one question, but like, how
Oh,
do
yeah,
we
true,
feel
my
about
bad.
like everybody feel like confident that ghosts, paranormal activity
Yes.
is a real situation?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do.
You don't know?
I've
Yeah.
had many encounters.
Because again, like unlike her, like she saw the elevator open. I just thought I heard a door. Maybe I didn't.
No,
it's
I've
like I
had-
had headphones on too, so it's like I don't know.
Not here, but like in life, I've had multiple ghost encounters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is like known to be haunted.
Yeah.
It used to be obviously a hospital back in the day, and I mean, literally the morgue is still
There.
like, down there.
Yeah.
And it's like a storage unit for us now. Yeah, for sure. There's probably something out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take way too long, but we can at some point tell the ghost stories of our Green Bay Packer training camps at St. Norbert's
Ooh.
College in De Pere, Wisconsin. But like, yeah, I feel like there's something. Where
Yeah.
there's a greater good, there's a greater evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's both. Like there's evil and good.
That's why nobody wants to stay in this building at nighttime during hurricane coverage.
Right.
Well, like I told you the other day, like 95% of paranormal activity, they don't want any
Yeah.
harm.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
Almost never.
They don't even know they're
Maybe
dead.
they just like the tunes that you're spinning.
Maybe they're lonely.
Right. They
You know
love
what I'm
90s
saying?
music. Yeah.
They're like 90s grunge, and so they're just like here for the vibes.
Maybe they got a good sense of humor. Like, watch
And I'm
this.
here-
I'm gonna make this fake door close sound.
I'm going to freak them out right now.
Yeah. What? But you can't.
All right, OTB Mailbag. What early childhood show was on your TV 24/7 and you could recite word for word? Saved by
I
the
don't know
Bell.
about
When I was
show.
young, when I got a little bit older,
yeah,
so
I
I
guess
could
so.
judge.
Childhood show. I mean, it's,
Saved by the Bell?
well, yeah, okay. We watched it as a childhood. I kind of took the question as like a children's show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, probably SpongeBob if I had to pick one, but like I was more movies I could
Yeah.
recite
Yeah.
word for word.
SpongeBob's a good one. Drake
about-
and Josh when I got older.
Doug,
Doug, Eureka's Castle,
Rugrats,
Rugrats. I watched a lot of The Simpsons too, like the early
yeah,
days
me
of The
too.
Simpsons.
G.I. Joe.
Pretty much anything on Nickelodeon at the time. I
Yeah.
remember there used to be a show in the summer called Stick Stickly. You remember that?
I
It was
do.
like it wasn't a show. He was like the DJ spinning the shows on Nickelodeon. If anybody remember Stick Stickly out there?
I do.
That'll tickle the
I remember there
nostalgia
was
nerve.
like a screamo song called Stick Stickly.
Oh, remember back in the day how scary Goosebumps was?
Yeah.
No, not Goosebumps. Are You Afraid,
Afraid
of
of
the
the
Dark?
Dark?
There we go. Are You Afraid of the Dark? And the
Yeah.
Goosebumps
The
book,
books,
sure. But
yeah.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, if we watched that as adults now, I would be probably more terrified than I was.
Brandon brings up a good one. Boy Meets World.
I mean, it's world good.
That was definitely on the TV.
Yeah.
For sure.
I watched a ton
Shout out
of
to Fanga.
TBS, so it was always like Home Improvement.
Oh,
Fresh Prince was on.
George Lopez.
George, I bet
Dude.
you loved
George Lopez.
Lopez.
I loved George Lopez so
So-
much. Like George Lopez to me is so funny. Like I'm sure he's funny to everyone, but like for someone like me, it's just so relatable. Like he literally talks about aunts that I have or uncles that I have, you know, like it's just so relatable. But yeah, the grandma reminds me of my grandma.
Did you ever watch Lopez Tonight, like the old talk show? that he had?
Sometimes, yeah.
It wasn't bad.
No.
A little bit different.
I kind of put that in the same category. I used to watch the Drew Carey show, the
Yeah.
Cleveland
Yeah,
Rocks.
yeah.
Does anybody remember Dino Riders?
No.
No.
No, they won't for sure. This was like 80s
I
cartoon.
don't know.
Dino Riders. I had a Dino Riders birthday party. I think my third or fourth birthday party. Not a big deal.
Dilwad says, what was it? Eat your shorts about Camp Onawana. Salute
Yeah.
your
Salute
shorts.
your shorts, buddy. Can't on Awana.
We hold you in our hearts. And when we think about you, it makes me want to fart.
This thing
Banger.
fell apart. Oh, a great show.
How do we how in the world how do we remember that and can't remember to take the trash out?
Yeah. Can't remember anybody's name.
Do you remember
for
the
life of
important
me.
things?
Daniel Blunt says, I watch Married with Children and Roseanne like every other red-blooded redneck my age. That is very true. Al Bundy was on my TV screen a lot growing up.
You know, he had 4 touchdowns in one game.
Polk High. Let's go.
Ooh, In Living Color. Used to
Living
watch
Color
that.
was so good.
so good.
I'm so glad you said, because we did like a sitcom tier list, and T-Bob and Rivers hadn't seen it, and I was like, no, y'all know, like, In Living Color was awesome. It was hilarious.
Did you know that? So Jim Carrey was Fire Marshal Bill, was one of his famous characters on In Living Color. Did you know that Fire Marshal Bill makes a cameo in the movie Liar Liar?
I did not.
So at the end of the movie in Liar Liar, when he like runs down the trying to stop the plane, and he's on like I can't remember if he's on the motorized stairs or whatever it is. He's trying to stop the plane, and the ambulance comes, and they have all the first responders there, and he's like on the stretcher talking to Max, like, talking to everybody. In the background, Fire Marshal Bill's like
no
on his
way.
radio, like
oh my, how have I missed that
Hang
all
on, I
these
got it right here.
years?
You got it? Perfect. You're quick, dude.
I have never.
I knew the exact scene you were
Oh,
talking
I've
about.
never
Did you
known.
know this? You probably
so
didn't even know who Fire Marshal Bill was.
Yeah, I watched In Living Color.
He's an
so
old
it's funny.
soul.
There he is.
All these years.
How about that?
No
when my
idea.
parents showed me
Well done.
In Living Color, like, the credits are rolling across the screen, and I'm middle school at this point. I'm like, who the hell is James Carey? Because that's what he went
James,
by.
yeah,
Like on the credit it was James, wasn't even Jim. But
A fly
great
girl.
show.
Jennifer Lopez was a fly girl.
Yep. Oh man.
We should do another sitcom tier list because I am like,
Yeah, I think we should.
All I watch is sitcoms, but like old ones because they're really funny
Yeah.
to me. Like Three's Company is one of my favorite
Look, I used
of
to
all
love
time.
some Nick at Night.
Yeah.
No question. I think with y'all now added, y'all have some old souls and y'all have some shows. I think we do need to revisit that.
The
'Cause
Nanny?
T-Bob didn't have a great
Goated.
catalog of TV shows.
Yeah.
He couldn't.
Oh no, sitcoms is like
Yeah.
my thing.
Right.
Frasier.
Frasier.
They were
whoa.
making fun of me in the.
Everybody Loves Raymond feels like you.
Oh, I love that show. The grandpa
I saw that. I
is
went through
so
the time.
funny.
Old Frank.
Yeah.
King of
Frank.
Queens. I went
King of
through
Queens.
And the brother, what was the brother's name? I forgot.
Robert.
Yeah, so funny. But they were making fun of me in the LSN, the LouisianaSports.net group chat because every time someone goes to Boston, I'm like, "Are y'all going to Cheers?" And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Is this a bit?" And I'm like, "No, I'm genuinely like, I want to know if
Cheers
you're going to
is great.
Cheers." Yeah,
There
but
is, there
they
is a
don't
Cheers
go.
there. There's literally
Like,
there
My
is
Matt-
sister,
one.
my sister went. She sent me
Yeah, I
pictures.
did.
Matt and
Cool.
Chris were just in Boston, not together, but like they went to Boston like weeks after each other, and like neither of them went to Cheers. And I'm like, "What is your problem?"
Yeah, I've been to the
this.
Cheers.
This is a lot of good feedback in the chat right now. Family Matters was a big one.
Love
Oh,
Family
love
Matters.
Family
Family Matters
Matters.
and Full House used to crush.
Yes. Someone
What was it? TGIF was back in the
Yeah.
day. Was
Step by
Step
Step.
by Step.
Boy Meets World. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I think, was on there at some
Yes.
point.
Yeah,
I
Sabrina
think
the
it's on it.
Teenage
There was a
Witch was
fourth
so
one.
with
Yeah.
the
I
cat
remember.
Yeah.
that talks. Yeah.
Then the Saturday Nickelodeon brought Snick, which was
Yeah.
Saturday Nick, which
Yeah.
was all that.
Yeah.
Rugrats played on it.
All that was great.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? And then there's always like a third.
Do y'all
Yeah, we
remember that
definitely need to
temple?
Maybe
need to bring it back.
Clarissa or something.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
No doubt.
This is a good segment.
Yeah, this is it's making me feel good. Somebody, I think it was Daniel Basham, who brought up the Chappelle Show. That now, obviously, we were older when that came out. There will never be, and for me, there will never be anything as funny as the first time when I saw the Chappelle Show. Player Haters
So
Ball, Rick James episode, Charlie Murphy's just entire every scene that he was
Your
in.
couch.
Yes. The Prince episode, the one that the kid's dying and like he's on the video game. And he's like, you better pick up those sticks. Like,
It's
all
pretty
of it.
like it was pretty groundbreaking comedy
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the time. At least for us. I mean, it was we were at the age where it felt everything was kind of groundbreaking to us going into college, but like groundbreaking from the fact that it popularized like some uncomfortable subjects and just made them like kind of change comedy after that a little
Yeah.
bit. In my
Dude,
opinion.
that is still a quotable show. Like
Oh my
I think
God,
about
yeah.
that all the time. Like when he goes in and he's the junkie and he's talking to the kids and he's like, teach them about drug safety. He's like, y'all write this down now. Here's
Yeah.
where you can get it.
Yeah.
And y'all say marijuana, and they're all like marijuana. I love that scene.
And he just presented it away like it was uncomfortable topics that
Clayton
everybody
Bigsby.
could laugh at
Yeah.
and nobody would get mad at.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
first ever
Clayton
episode.
Bigsby's so
That was the
good.
first
My
ever
favorite
episode.
one,
I
probably.
mean, just right out of the gates.
And like his stand up is like that too.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I love it.
All right.
All right, good stuff.
All right. That I enjoyed going down memory lane there. It's mailbag. It's
talk
not
so
supposed
much
to be.
sports.
It's not supposted to be sport. We broke down
I'm
inside
kinda
zone,
sported out.
encounter, and outside zone like 20 minutes ago. So
Y'all are going to start calling me sport.
all right.
Old
Hey,
sport.
hey,
Okay,
sport.
Gatsby.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
you see?
sweater girls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you dirty rat. You killed my brother.
You sound like Mayor Humdinger. Oh, you parents get that one?
All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. That is your one-stop shop website where you can have a chat with them on the site. You can find out what they've done for past clients in the courtroom, what they can do for you in the courtroom, all right there on the homepage of getgordon.com. If you want to see what they're doing throughout the communities in Louisiana, Shreveport, Monroe, Alexandria, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, wherever in the state of Louisiana, at Get Gordon is always going to be the handle on all major social media. So go to the website again, getgordon.com. Follow them on social media at Get Gordon, and get it done.
Yeah, be a part of the G team. If you're wondering where in Louisiana can Gordon help me, well, everywhere in Louisiana. Whatever your area code is, call them right now. See how they can help you. 888-8888. If you've been injured, whether it's a car accident, whether it's on the job, wherever it is, it's not your fault. Call somebody that can help you. Let them fight for you. Get Gordon. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys. GetGordon.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Aren't you something to admire? Cause you shine at something like a mirror, and I can't help but notice you reflect in this heart of mine. If you ever feel alone and the glare makes me hard to find, just know that I'm always parallel on the other side. Cause with your hand in my hand and a pocket full of soul, I can tell you there's no place we couldn't go. Just put your hand on the past, I'll be trying to pull you through. You just gotta be strong. I don't wanna lose you now. I'm looking right at the other half of me.
Has he ever missed?
Not today.
I don't think he has ever missed.
I mean,
It's called Uber.
Failed
True.
that DWI test that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed there.
True.
it's going to mess
I
up
meant
the world tour.
music-wise. It's going to mess with the tour. And the kid not knowing who he is insane.
I do
Kinda
love
hurt.
that
It's like,
though.
oh.
I do love that though. And I'm not even saying JT was cocky about the whole situation, but anytime an A-list celebrity kind of gets humbled like that, it's just a little
nice.
grin.
It's
you know
nice
what I
to
mean?
see.
Yeah, it's just like,
I will say
They probably
one,
like it too.
one of my least favorite things when somebody's like, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
That. Like if you want to be like, "Hey, so NSYNC fan," and like try to like dig a little bit,
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
I was just trying to go bye.
You ever heard
Just trying to
Sexy
throw
Back?
some nuggets out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Try to just like refresh something.
Yeah.
Do you have any mirrors? I don't know.
If it's not gonna be you, it's gonna be me,
Yeah.
May.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta say May.
Well,
I'm about
that
to
actually
go
might
cry
help
a
you.
river if I get this
exactly.
ticket.
Yeah,
ticket,
just
yeah.
yeah.
You get it?
the guy's walking back to the car. He's like, that guy loves Justin Timberlake. He's like, man.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, it's Uber. JT, come on, man.
Ivo, he did that. That's true. That's a real thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a real thing.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
He did cheat on Jessica Biel.
That's right.
That
Is that
is-
real? Right.
yeah.
that's-
Okay. So
well,
That's
guys,
swing and a
egregious.
miss.
A little bit.
That's an egregious.
a little bit of
Whoa.
lore about me. Well, I don't know. Y'all know I love trash TV. I love
Right, right,
gossip.
right,
I
right.
love all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff. Back in the day, there used to be a page, and the page still exists, but it's like huge now. But like back in the day, only like a little bit of people knew about it, and you had to. It was private, and you had
Yeah.
to request to follow it and everything. It was called Dumois, and it was like a gossip page.
Yeah.
And people would like submit, they called them blinds. People would submit like information about celebrities. And they knew like they were
Yeah, yeah,
close
yeah.
to them and like had friends with them
Yeah.
and stuff like, and they had receipts. They had like pictures, text, all
Right.
of it. And they would put it on Dumois and like, it was,
Dubois.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is
all the tea.
I was so obsessed with this page. I would read it.
Who did JT do that
24/7.
with? An
Wait,
angel?
I
hold
don't
on.
know, actually.
An angel. Is it? Is
An
it?
angel.
Is this confirmed, or are we spreading hot gossip?
No, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed.
Okay. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Straight from the
I don't want to
horse's
spread
mouth.
goss Because we love our guy JT.
We love JT, but
Right.
I don't think that off the bench talking
summer
about
catch,
him.
Jessica Biel, and
Yeah.
you're going to step out?
An angel.
I know, right?
Whoa. All right. Well, musically, he doesn't have to miss.
Well, basically,
No, I agree.
Musically, great.
Musically, no misses.
They're still together. you
Yeah,
know?
they are.
OTB Mailbag, why not? Who's had the bigger solo career? Justin Timberlake leaving NSYNC or Beyonce leaving Destiny's Child?
So Matt and I talked about
close
this
one.
yesterday, not on air, but we talked. I was like, has there ever been anybody with a bigger career that left a group who wasn't the lead singer than Justin Timberlake? And he was like, Beyonce. And I was like, yeah, Beyonce was the lead of Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
And like,
Justin wasn't the lead of
she was
NSYNC.
Destiny.
JC was.
Yeah, and they were all her children. So like, I don't know. I think Beyonce is globally really big. So is Justin Timberlake. I don't know. That's a good question, though.
Musically, she's probably sold a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
He's on
JT's
movies.
had a hell of an acting career,
Yeah.
too. Like, if we're just talking music, it's close. But if we're talking career after leaving, him by a mile.
That's a great question. I
It's
really
a really good question.
Cisco, obviously, is in Drew Hill. No?
Or what's GCJ?
Like, no, Drew, like he was the lead singer in Drew Hill. Then he became Cisco, the thong song.
I mean, both
GCJ, Bands that Make Her Dance.
Incredible artist.
That's a good one.
3-6 Mafia.
Michael Jackson.
I mean, I think Beyonce.
Yeah,
super talented.
True.
But again,
Michael Jackson's probably the
but
answer.
But he
again,
was Jackson
kind
5.
of
He
the
was
lead
the
of
lead.
Jackson
He was
5,
the
like to
lead.
her point. Like,
Harry Styles, One Direction.
not there yet.
Not there yet, no. But
No, but he also was like as somebody that went through the One Direction zeitgeist, he was One Direction.
Yeah, like he was the most known. Like
Yeah.
he was the
Okay.
most memorable, right?
all right. I think Michael Jackson's the final.
In the chat, Phil
Michael
Collins
Jackson.
leaving Genesis.
Oh, that's a good one.
I can feel it.
That's a great one, actually.
And John Lennon started to have his little solo career after the Beatles.
Hey, Paul McCartney had one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Paul
he
McCartney
had a
actually had
run.
a long one.
Did you ever see the documentary?
still has it.
called-
Diana Ross was once with the Supremes.
True.
Lionel Richie, Commodores.
True.
I think Beyonce
so there's
benefited a
actually
lot
a
from
lot.
Jay-Z as well.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, hell of a producer.
And she has like
Makes great music. So
she has like
Don Henley's a great answer. Bobby Boucher's Lawnmower.
Eminem,
the Beehive, I think makes her
a guy left D12.
Well, I mean, he kind of started D12 a little
No,
bit,
I
kind
know.
of produced them. And,
Ricky Martin leaving Menudo.
Oh, Ricky Martin.
Wait, who-
Living
what
La
was the
Vida
group,
Loca.
what was the group that Lil Wayne was in?
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. Hot Boys? Wasn't it Hot Boys or something like that? Oh.
All right, we got to take a break. This is
Don't
Don't let
good.
squirrels get in front of this crew.
We are
We will chase every single one of them.
diagnosed squirrel chasers in this room.
More
I'm not
OTB when we come back.
diagnosed.
Off the bench.
But you don't deny. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com if you are looking for that new vehicle. If you're looking for that murdered out Mini, that Sienna minivan, black on black on black, you can get that over at All Star. And now you'll be the only one in town. The full-size Sequoia, Tundra, Tacoma. If you're looking for a truck, sedan, hybrid, you name it, they have it. They have it buying new. They have it leasing. They have it renting per day rental prices. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today. Tell her you heard about it on OTB, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Yeah, if you're riding around, you're just not happy with your ride, your wheels, how you're getting around town, and you want to change. You want to upgrade. Go see them today. Conveniently located on Airline near Goodwood. Or if you don't want to go there, go to their website. See what they got on the lot right now on their website. You can go explore it, see what they actually have, and start the trade-in process too. See what that car you currently have is worth in a trade-in value. Get the process started today. Get a Toyota, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Riding in the drop top with the top down, so you're switching lanes, girl. Pull up to the red light, looking right, come in, let me get your name, girl. Tell me where you're from, what you do.
I'm watching Tiny Desk today.
Pick your brain.
JT Tiny
Who
Desk.
hadn't seen Tiny Desk? Was it Tay-Tay?
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I mean, I'm assuming they said it in Tiny Desk.
I saw a really good one that was like a mashup, and I think it was the Usher one. And I was like, God, who do I need to send this to? I didn't know if it was you or if it was you.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I should have known it was Tay Tay
Yep.
because you're like
I'm the
stuff
one
like
that brought
that.
it
You're
up.
chronically online.
Yep. Chronically.
I love a
online?
tiny
I'm kidding,
desk.
You're not.
What? My screen time on my phone has jumped up in the last couple of weeks.
If there was a tiny desk card break.
Yeah, like look, Apple, I got it. I'm on my phone a lot. You don't have to remind me every Sunday morning.
It's like they're trying to make you feel bad.
They are.
Yeah.
Like, just
You would
cut
think
it
they'd
out.
be like
Happy
not
that we're
doing
using
that
the
and be like,
phone.
congratulations on being on your phone 7
Right.
hours a day. They don't do that though.
It's just a blank message too, like
Yeah.
no exclamation, no like nothing.
Oh, Dave Grohl's a good call in the last conversation. He was the drummer of Nirvana, obviously.
Jared Leto's
now
a good one, too.
Lead singer of Foo Fighters. Shout out Leto, Bossier City, 3-1 great.
Sing, girl.
There's a lot of people that wouldn't even know that Dave was the drummer for Nirvana.
Yeah.
But you probably thought he was always a lead singer.
He looks an awful lot like the drummer on Nirvana.
Because he is. Drummer on
Also, how
When I
talented
saw
is that
Foo
guy though,
Fighters-
right?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Like how talented is that guy?
Oh, yeah.
2 different roles in 2 big time bands.
Yeah.
That's true. Also, somebody that's big time, Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, joins us next. Talk New Orleans Saints.
Off the bench.
All right, go to K2Z Blinds, KTOZBlinds.com. Have Brandon Barton and the team come out to your space. If you've been wondering, like, should we? You should. You should have them out, and they're going to come into your space and be like, okay, well, hey, here's where the sun is, here's where it sets, here's the time of day where it's at this point, and we're going to fix that. We're going to fix whatever issue you might have. We're going to give you a motorized screen outdoors. We're going to give you some Roman shades inside. We're going to put some shades on that front door, whatever it is. They're going to get it done. It's going to be custom. They're going to also help you pick out the color. I thought I knew. And he's like, no, let me get my booklet out. Gets the booklet, turns like 3 pages, says, boom, this is what you need. It matches exactly what we needed in our kitchen. KTOZBlinds.com.
They are experts at this stuff. K to Z, interiors and outdoor living. That means inside, outside, whatever it is, they can help you make your house more energy efficient. Go visit their brand new website, K2ZBlinds.com.